Oh my goodness, I am beyond excited about where we're having lunch today. This place that we're going to is quintessentially British. It is one of those things, growing up as a Brit in the United Kingdom, that is so nostalgic. I get so tingly every time we go there, even still. As an American, not sure how Leslie's going to feel about this, but for me, this is as good as it gets, and I wish there was something like this in the United States. So stick around and see where we're off to. I can see it, we're almost there. I feel like a kid waiting for Christmas. Yes, that's it, the classics, British Toby Carvery. And that's where we're going. Well, welcome back everybody to Bridging the Pond. Today was one of my favourite meals ever in the United Kingdom. Of course, growing up here as a Brit, this was really nostalgic. It was one of these things that you dreamed about doing as a kid, and it was a very, very special treat. So today is Easter Monday. It's the day after Easter, and we're hoping they have some of their Easter meats left, because on the Easter menu they go all out. So that's what we're hoping for today.
And Easter Monday, just for those of you who are not British or from the UK, Easter is a 4-day holiday in the UK. You have Friday and Monday off for the weekends.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing.
a big holiday.
Yeah, we love it here. So loving even more than the holiday is the food. So we're going to take you inside now, and I'm going to go and fill my belly. And with this trip we've done so far, the belly's getting bigger and bigger, so more food will go in. So the first thing that hits me in a place like this is the smell. But what do you think so far?
Oh, it definitely smells like good food.
What would you describe the most outstanding smell in the place?
Gravy, maybe? Meaty? It's very meaty in here.
And that is what they're known for, their thick meaty gravy, and there will be gallons of that drunk today. So let's go take a look.
All right, let's go.
If you've ever been to the UK, the chances are somebody as annoying as me has probably dragged you to a Toby Carvery. And if they haven't, you're missing out on one of Britain's greatest dining institutions. So what exactly is a Toby Carvery? Well, picture this. A warm, cosy pub-style restaurant where you grab a plate, queue up at the carvery counter and watch a chef slice you generous portions of freshly roasted meat. There's beef, pork, turkey, gammon, and today, the king of all meats was served, roast lamb. This is done right in front of you.
And they have your favorite, the lamb. That's a holiday special, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. I'm in heaven here. So this is what heaven is made of. Their gravy, they're famous for it here at the Toby, and you just make your whole food swim. I am beyond excited.
Don't forget the Yorkshires. Those love a bit of gravy.
So I went for the big plate. Now with a big plate, you actually get 2 Yorkshires. Oh my God, yes. You're right. I should actually put some gravy straight in there.
Great bowl for gravy.
And of course, we've got to have some English mustard.
I like the whole grain mustard. Right,
well, I'm going to do
They've
both.
good options. Horseradish, cranberry, applesauce, mint sauce. And they even have vegetarian gravy too.
Who would do that?
Something for everyone.
That's just wrong. So I think I've got a bit of everything on here. I've got some extra crispy roast potatoes that I've now smothered in gravy. We've got their stuffing, which is crispy on the outside and really gooey and soft on the inside. One thing that I really miss in the States that we don't get there very often is roast parsnips. Again, they've got a way of just making them so crispy and delicious. I've got 2 types of meat. I've got roast beef under there somewhere and roast lamb, which we'll get to in a moment. And then some veggies. We've got some corn. We've got some carrots. We've got some macaroni cheese, which I've never had with a Sunday dinner before. And then the star of the show, of course, is the Yorkshire pudding swimming in gravy.
And you've got the king size, right?
I've gone for the king size, and Leslie's gone for the regular size one.
Which is still a lot of food.
It actually is. Now, they don't have crushed red peppers over here, or chili flakes as we call them. So they do the next best thing, which they have white pepper. Now this thing is amazing. I don't know anybody who hasn't had it, but you can't put enough of this stuff on, and it just really enhances the flavor. So let's dive in. First thing I'm going to go for is one of these extra crispy potatoes. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can do potatoes like they do here at the Toby in the UK. They're fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside, and soaked in that nectar of the gods, the gravy. They never disappoint. It just takes me back to my childhood when, as I said, this would be a treat coming to a Toby on a Sunday or a bank holiday. They are very good. Let's try the roast parsnips. Again, crispy on the outside, but I know what they're going to be like on the inside. They're going to be soft, they're going to be gooey, full of flavour, and again, they're smothered in the gravy. In fact, there's a bit of English mustard on that. Why don't we get parsnips like this in the USA, babe?
I don't know. Not a thing.
What do you think to parsnips?
I love them. They're delicious.
Okay, so let's see what the carrots are like. If I have to be honest, they don't look that appealing, but I'm going to give it a try. Yeah, they're just basic. They would do better, again, being roasted like everything else is here. And the corn, of course. The corn is really sweet, crispy still, and cooked perfectly. And then the oddball, which is this macaroni and cheese on a Sunday dinner. Not sure how I feel about that, but I'm going to give it a try. It's actually a very nice mild flavour. Not very cheesy, but creamy and delicious. We'll come back, once I get through some of these vegetables, we'll come back when I get to the meat, which is the star of the event. Okay, so the meats, I went for a roast beef and also roast lamb. Now, they've both got loads of gravy on, so they may look the same. The thing I would say about the meat here, the roast beef we're used to in the USA having more of a medium rare on roast beef. In the UK, it's more of a thing to do it medium well to well done. What would you say, Leslie?
Well done. It's brown through and through, always.
But
any place you go, that's not just a Toby thing. It's anywhere in the UK, that's how they cook beef.
But it actually, it feels moist. It looks juicy, and I'm going to give that a try, and then I'm going to also do the same with the lamb. It's very good. It's very flavourful, very, very meaty, beefy. And I think they must use the juices from the beef in the gravy, which we'll come to in a moment. Let's try the roast beef. Sorry, the lamb. I love lamb. So it's one of those things in the States which is really hard to come by. And if you can come by it, it's very, very expensive. Here, it's a traditional Sunday accompaniment, and it doesn't disappoint at all. Now, if you remember, we've got the Yorkshire pudding swimming in gravy. I've covered it in the white pepper, and I'm going to give this a big trot. Look at that.
I don't think it's usually a finger food, babe.
It is now.
That's not very bad. You probably won't even on there, so I'll leave it like that.
Oh my goodness. I'm taken back to 1981. That is amazing. The other thing that you get when you order a large plate, you actually get 2 of these sausages. And they're like English chipolatas, I would call them. It's not a thing in the US.
They're more similar to our breakfast sausages.
Yeah. This is all incredible. This is definitely my favourite place to be in the UK, which is sad. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but it's so nostalgic for me. So we're going to dive in, and we'll come back at the end with our review of the food. Oh, still going. I feel like beard meets food, the amount of food I'm tucking away right now. Every mouthful, still the same as the last. It's amazing. I do. So this is it. This is going to be the final mouthful of Toby's until next time we come back. Got some Yorkshire pudding, some roast lamb, a little bit of parsnip, some mustard, and of course the gravy. Oh my goodness. I know you're all thinking, where does a slim man like this put it all? I can tell you where it's all gone, and I don't regret it one bit. That was absolutely amazing. Well, I'm not sure how I managed that, but it all went down. What did you think, Leslie?
It's good. It is a really good, basic, solid food. Cooked nicely, friendly service, clean.
Yeah, it's definitely not fine dining. It's not a 5-star restaurant, but I think it's actually as good as British food gets. As I said, the nostalgia. It's one of those places, if you're traveling from the US, you definitely need to try out a Toby. They're literally all over the country, and you're going to be guaranteed a very good, hearty, warming meal.
Yeah, and you know, that's a controversial opinion, so I do think there's some variability in Toby's. I've had some that maybe I didn't care for as much. The one by local to us, though, is excellent. The Carver's been there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
Great service, really good quality. We've been to some where it's been maybe a little bit less good. And there's a lot of divided opinions, even in your own family, right?
Yeah, my sister really doesn't like it.
Yeah, she makes a face every
what
time.
is wrong with you? The service here has been fantastic. So we had Dean was our server today, and he was just every 5 minutes, is there anything else I can get you? Just very, very attentive without being pushy. I just don't
Really
think you can ask for any more than that.
Yeah,
So,
and the staff behind the Carvery, they didn't want to be on camera, but they were super friendly and chatted us up, talked about the channel. Just really great, friendly service and a nice place to be.
so marks out of 10. I'm definitely going to give it an 11 because I got to. It's the Toby. But what do you think as an independent outsider?
I would call it a 6. I'm not adding the nostalgia in. It's the staff are lovely. It was nice and clean. The food was good, but it's not great. It's the nostalgia. The nostalgia is bumping it up
Don't
for you,
listen to
babe.
her. It's definitely an 11. Well, that's it for the Toby. I'm going to roll myself back to the car now. We're going back to the chapel. And the next video is going to be the premiere in London Gatwick before we fly off for the holiday celebrations with our friends out in Naples, Italy.
Yeah.
So
See you soon.
until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell, comment, whatever. Let us know what you think to a Toby. Should the food be drowned in gravy? I think it should. But let us know what you think, and we'll speak to you next time. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.